so we'll take it from the start. So part one is the continuation of the Philadelphia experiment. So have you heard of that?
Yeah, that's where they drafted Ben Simmons and he was shit.
Oh, fuck. That's
sort of pick.
very quick, mate.
Trust the process.
That's so good. Okay, I'm going to turn off my notifications so I don't get distracted. All right. So let's start in 1943. During the height of World War II, the US Navy was conducting a secret project out of the Philadelphia Naval Yard called the Project Rainbow. The goal was radar invisibility. To make ships undetectable to enemy systems. The experiment was run on a destroyer escort known as the USS Eldridge.
I think I know her.
The ship was fitted with massive electromagnetic generators designed to bend light and radar waves around it. One morning, the test...
Just that in itself, sorry to cut, that's incredible. Like that humans can create something that will bend light and waves. Well, A, we can harness it.
Yeah.
B, we create something that fucking bends it. That is insane.
Yeah, because that's...
and when? The 60s? Is 60s?
This is 1940s they were trying to do this. Like in the height of the World War II.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So on the morning of the test, the field was activated and according to... as in the invisibility field was activated, and according to those who were there, the impossible happened. The Eldridge didn't just vanish from radar, it disappeared from sight entirely. Witnesses at the dock saw only a faint green haze or a cloud, then nothing. Seconds later, the ship reappeared. Men on board were vomiting, disorientated. Some fused into the metal bulkheads. Yeah, and the experiment was an absolute success and disaster because it achieved what they wanted, which was it made it disappear from sight and made it invisible. But
so they would never have thought that a side effect was blokes were going to melt. They would just be like,
I guess if you're bending space and time and like light, I mean, what are you using for that?
John Jones.
As far as I'm aware, it was like a frequency sort of idea. But after this, the project was immediately classified, sealed and buried. But according to insiders who later came forward, that event was only just the beginning. Decades later, the research that began in Philadelphia was quietly relocated and refined. The Navy's radar invisibility experiment had opened something far greater than a cloaking field. It had opened a window into space-time. To study and control it, the technology and the scientists were transferred to a new umbrella program called Project Phoenix. The destination was a remote military installation on the far eastern tip of Long Island, Montauk Air Force Station, also known as Camp Hero.
Is that in New York, Long Island?
Yes, yeah. It's out in the base is ideal because it's isolated, forested, and armed with towering SAGE radar. I don't know what SAGE stands for, but it's a radar system capable of broadcasting frequencies
like
at
mind-bending
something.
Gamma.
Yeah,
it's just my guess.
So those radar, they're capable of broadcasting frequencies at mind-bending strength.
Right.
So according to electrical engineer, so this is Preston B. Nichols. He's the one who's written all about this and done talks about it. One of the men directly involved, the work at Montauk continued the same principles discovered in Philadelphia, but he took them in a new direction. Consciousness of man could definitely be affected by electromagnetics. And additionally, this is his quote, the consciousness of man could be definitely affected by electromagnetics. And additionally, it would be possible to develop equipment that could literally change the way a person thinks. The scientists realized that they could tune the human brain like a radio. Every thought, emotion, and memory has a measurable frequency. By matching and amplifying those frequencies through electromagnetic resonance, they could manipulate perception itself.
That's pretty interesting.
Now, Preston Nichols, wasn't the only person who remembered this. So the story behind Nichols and Al Bielik, I think is the way you pronounce it. Al Bielik is the other person who remembers this. They were on the Philadelphia experiment.
So as a researcher?
Just
as a soldier?
I think on board. So they were aboard. Al Bielik a naval engineer aboard the Nichols wasn't, but Al Billick, a naval engineer aboard the Eldridge during the original Philadelphia experiment, later recovered memories of leaping from the ship during the 1943 test and landing inside Camp Hero.
What? He jumped off the ship
in 1943 and landed inside Camp Hero in 1983.
What?
So
how did he know the year? He jumped forward 40 years.
He claimed that he saw technology that Nichols described. So
how did he know it was 1983? That's my question.
I am unsure.
So he's just like, it'd be like us jumping forward and seeing some shit we've never seen before.
Yeah, potentially. Well, he said he's gone forward to 1983 Camp Hero, which is a military base. I'm assuming there'd be some stuff going on there that let him know what time.
I'd like to know if somebody in 1983 could confirm the sighting of a 1941 sailor just popping up out of nowhere.
Well, if it was in Camp Hero, that's a classified military base. So even if they did, they'd probably go.
Yeah, but if this is leaked.
Yes. So this is him remembering it. So
I wonder. I'd look a bit deeper. If anyone listening knows more.
Yeah.
If there's the opposite side of this story, that would be very interesting.
So he claimed that the same technology Nichols described, the radar towers, the underground tunnels, the glowing energy fields, and that you could bend reality itself. His testimony connected both events to a single continuous timeline from the invisible ship in 1943 to the time of the experiments in Montauk 4 decades later. To do this, they built the device that would become the centerpiece of the entire program. This is called the Montauk Chair. Have you heard anything about the Montauk Chair?
Mm-mm.
This is pretty cool. So Nichols described it as...
How do you spell Nichols? Like Nichols?
Just one L, but yes.
Nichols, yeah, okay.
So Nichols described the chair as a curved throne-like seat surrounded by concentric coils of copper wire, all connected to the radar system, and a Cray 1 supercomputer. The subject was usually a trained psychic and would sit in the chair, enter a trance, and the machine would synchronize to their brain wave patterns. The chair amplified thought, not metaphorically, but literally. Nichols said, it was essentially a mind-reading machine. It operated on the principle of picking up an electromagnetic function of the human being and translating those into an understandable form. Mm-hmm. At first, the system projected images from the subject's mind onto monitors. Soon, those images began to manifest physically within an electromagnetic field.
What?
Had actually discovered pure creation out of thought with the use of a transmitter.
Like harnessing God.
Like harnessing the frequency and then actually manipulating that frequency to create it and materialize into your reality.
But the images that they were seeing,
yes.
So it was a screen and then a 3D image or an actual person.
So at first they would project it into a screen, but then they worked out a way to actually
like a hologram or a physical
reality, real thing. So they started with chairs and small things. And
that's being God. That is what God is.
Interesting, isn't it? They had discovered, where are we? Whatever the subject, most famously, Duncan Cameron, as a psychic, imagined would appear, sometimes briefly, sometimes permanently. Duncan was the project's strongest psychic. When he entered deep theta states, the chair's field synced perfectly with his consciousness. He could create solid objects, furniture, tools, even living forms.
Surely you'd be fucking doing gold.
Yeah.
Like, fuck a chair. You'd be like gold, silver, like.
So he's creating these even living.
He's like Minecraft. He's got wood. He's doing goats.
So he's doing that.
What living things did he make?
Even living forms from sheer thought energy. But this is the I guess where it gets very weird. So, but on one day in August 1993, an experiment designed to test aggression spiraled out of control. Something came through, a creature, hairy, monstrous, about 20 foot tall. It destroyed equipment, tore apart the lab. People ran for their lives. The entity summoned from Duncan's subconscious rampaged through the underground tunnels before dissipating. Nichols claims he personally shut down the transmitter, ending the Montauk Project. Within days, the base was sealed. The government decommissioned it the government decommissioned it publicly in 1981, but Nichols insisted that the operations continued until that 1983 shutdown.
All right, straight away there, my thought is if Bigfoot is an interdimensional being, then potentially he's just summoned a Bigfoot and they've come through. Because I reckon Bigfoot, if it is real, it's more of a protector of the human species.
Yeah, so this...
come in and just be like, nah, you're fucking with...
Yes.
You stop fucking with this.
So this was an experiment to summon pure rage.
So maybe so it's either that or his idea of rage is a big hairy monster coming through and destroying shit. So he's manifested this.
It apparently appeared differently to different people.
As they viewed it?
Yes, from their perceptions.
So it's like a demonic, it's just the pure physicality of what we perceive rage to be.
Yes, because Duncan Cameron actually said he felt the presence of a higher intelligence because they were, breaking space-time realms, I guess. So Nichols said...
Because if you were an advanced different dimensional species, you would be able to have the technology to pick up when people are fucking with your thing. You'd be like, oh shit, on this part of Earth, they're fucking around with this dimension.
It was never really understood what that... He was just sensing this higher intelligence, viewing or watching or aware of it.
How has this got out as fake news to fuck with other countries, thinking, the Americans can materialize whatever they think of, and they can summon a beast to destroy you? Like, is all this just bullshit that's been leaked?
Potentially, I mean, this guy. We can look at the credibility of this guy as well. There is some stuff about him. It's
fun to think about
because it's very easy to just dismiss him, but then he's got some very real credibility accreditations as well.
But again, you play devil's advocate, and you're like, is that CIA going, all right, you're going to be this actor? Like, what's like Iron Man, where old mate's the actor?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, potentially. Misinformation, disinformation. Yeah, correct. So Nichols said, those who participated in the Montauk Project claim they were abducted and do not totally remember what happened to them. He later reflected, the Montauk was never an ending, it was a beginning. Once we realised consciousness could control matter, we realised the universe was conscious too. So whether you call it a continuation of the Philadelphia experiment or the dawn of something far beyond science, the story of Montauk stands as a blueprint for what happens when human curiosity reaches beyond reality itself. So that's part one.